All right, hello everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are going to do my 2026 planner and journal lineup. I'm feeling really confident about this lineup. I've been thinking about it a lot the past month or two, and I think I got a pretty good little stack of books to move me into the new year. I'm feeling really confident with these books, and I think we're in a good spot. I think I cracked it a little bit with myself. Before we get into these, I want to do a quick recap of what I have been using just because I think it will help explain how and why I'm using these other books. These are the 3 stationery pieces that I have been using the past few months now. That is going to be my passport traveler's notebook. I just use this as a wallet. I used to track finances in here, but I haven't done that in a while. So this is my wallet. This is my traveler's notebook standard size, and I use this as my journal / memory keeper. This is where I'm keeping all of my ephemera, photos, all of those things, and then I just do some journaling about that memory. And I'm almost at the end of this insert. I think it's going to last me the rest of the year because I actually haven't been journaling a ton in here, and I haven't been like loving this insert, but this is what I have been using for journaling. And then the last book I have is my Hobonichi cousin Avec. This is in my Louise Carmen cover, and this one I have been primarily using for personal and work. I have a ton of work notes back here, and I would say that's definitely what I've been using it for most these past few weeks. But yeah, this is my cousin Avec. We're on a bumpy little path with each other right now. I have not been using the weeklies, probably, I don't know. I haven't been using them very consistently the past month, which is okay. It's not a huge deal, but I do love using the daily pages, and that has been pretty consistent. Those are the 3 books that I am currently in. And now I'm going to show you what I have planned for the new year. First one, probably the one I'm most excited for, is this stupid little rings planner. This is the Filofax Ranger in Pocket. I bought this for myself as a Tori on paper birthday present. My channel turned 2 years old about a month ago, and I had actually found this one for a really affordable price compared to what I've seen lately. And so I got it because I am someone who loves rings. I love using rings as a functional, organized system. And I've never really given pockets a true chance. I've usually only ever used personal, but I really liked the idea of keeping all of my scheduling, all my planner specific things in here, and also combining it with my wallet. A lot of people who have the Ranger use it as a wallet. I think that's kind of what it was intended for. I have been using this the past, I don't know, couple weeks or so. I don't know how long I've had this. But I have moved into this, and I've just been Frankensteining a bunch of different layouts and pages and really just doing some experiments in here per usual with what I do. But this has been going really, really well. And I didn't think I would like Pocket because I've never been able to make the A6 Techo work for me. But because rings is so customizable, I haven't had any issues with it. So I have been using this as my planner wallet combo, which I'm going to take into the new year with me. I'm going to do a dedicated 2026 setup because, again, I have been Frankensteining this. So it's not 100% put together in a cohesive way. It's really just, I don't know, kind of strung together. This is going to be my planner, and I love her so much. I'm channeling Lindsay Scribbles here. She is the Pocket Ranger queen, and I will never meet her greatness, but I sure will try. So that is going to be my planner. Next is gonna be a bit of a new one for me. This is the Sterling Ink Common Planner in the N1 size, and this is going to be my work planner. I have tried so hard to have work and personal go together in my planners, and it's just not working with this new job, which is fine. And I'm learning to be a bit better at taking digital notes because it's a lot more efficient for my department and my team. I wanted to size down to a TN size because I have been using my cousin primarily for a lot of my work notes. But again, I want to start shifting a lot of the important notes digitally. And then for my more messy, weekly and daily notes, I think the TN size will be a really good consolidated size for that. I also wanted to get the TN because I really want to start using this cover more. This is a traveler's notebook that I got secondhand, and I recently got customized through Baumkuchen's Truly Yours service, and I just love it so much, and I wish I used it more. Because it's holding my journal, I currently just keep it at home. It's always on my desk. I don't touch it a lot. I'm rarely in this. And I would like to be in this cover more just because it is very comforting and it's also very functional with the additions that I did. And so I thought it would be really nice to use a work planner in this size because then I can take it with me going to work and I can actually use it and, enjoy it. So I have actually I've ripped some pages out. You'll see a gap here in the middle, maybe. I did that on purpose just so it would fit more comfortably in the string because it is a chunky book. And I have ripped some pages out in the back just because I don't need that many pages and it is a bit of a chunky fit. So I'll show you what it looks like in here. I also went with the gold edges, which usually I'm not a gold edge girl, but I thought it would look really pretty with the dark brown. So that is what it currently looks like in my TN. And I think it's like a really nice, comfortable fit. And because I'm only using this for work, it's not going to fluff up at all because I'm not putting any ephemera or photos or stickers in here. So it really should just stay true to this size throughout the year. So I'm really excited for it. The Traveler's Notebook is super portable, so when I am leaving on work trips, I think it's going to be really good. And then even when I'm at my desk or I'm in meetings with coworkers, I think the TN size is a lot more convenient than having an A5 notebook open on the desk. I've never been in a common planner. I'm kind of nervous, honestly. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did get the horizontal version just because I plan a lot better in horizontal than I do vertically. Obviously with how much I'm failing in the cousin. So I thought this would be really good for work because I can track my meetings with my sports here and then all the projects that I'm working on here. And then I have all my extra notes in the back. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's actually going to work really, really well. And again, I get to be in my favorite cover. So I think I'm going to gravitate towards it a lot more because it is in this cover that I love. Anyways, I'm running out of space. We're going to go right here. And then finally is this guy. You will notice this one says 2025, and that's because I am not buying any 2026 hobonichi planners. When I bought my Avec, this one, I got it in July. So it had come with the January through June, but since it was July, I didn't need it. And so I have this one left over, and it dawned on me the other day that I can just use this one for 2026 because I will be using this book as my journal memory keeper. Basically what this notebook is now going to be in my cousin. And I think this is the best plan for me because while I do love the inserts, they don't always lay flat. You can definitely train them, but they do chunk up fairly quickly, and it is hard to always, stick ephemera in here because it is such a narrow page. So I had pen pal mail that I had to fold in here because I didn't want to cut it up. And I think sometimes just sticking ephemera all on a page while still having writing room is a little bit, inconvenient. Sometimes it works, but I think I can still get this effect in the cousin because I've done that in the past. I'm going to use this as my memory keeper journal, and I think I'm going to try and incorporate more of my kids' stuff in here. So a lot of their memory keeping. I'm not 100% sure how I want to use these monthlies and the weekly pages. I know I'm going to find something for them, but a majority of the pages that I'm going to use are the daily ones. And I think I'm still going to follow the dates, but just ignore the days of the week. And then any blank pages that I have throughout this book, I plan on having my kids come back in and either draw pictures on, or we'll print some photos, or they can sticker it themselves. But I think it would be really cool to just have someone else i.e. my kids or my husband, come in and mark all the pages that are blank and I don't journal in. I think it's gonna go really well, and since it is the A5 size, I can definitely fit a lot more ephemera in here, and because I plan on using the Avec, I can go really ephemera heavy because it's not going to be as heavy and big as the cousin if I were to do it that way. I really have enjoyed the Avec, even though I'm not necessarily super present in it right now. I think it's because I'm using a lot of it for work. But moving forwards, when I have the clean, fresh slate of 2026, I think it's going to work out really well. And the only thing that I am contemplating is decorating this cover somehow, which normally I don't do because I am super, I don't know, I change my mind a lot, and usually I hate decoration maybe like a month after I've done it. But I'm going to try and just do something really simple because this red and yellow is truly a heinous color combination. It's really just so abrasive, and it's giving McDonald's and ketchup and mustard, and I just cannot do it. And I'm not going to buy another Louise Carmen just for the sake of, color coordination. So I do need to decorate this somehow. That will probably be its own separate video. I'm kind of the least of my issues right now, but that will be something that has to be done before the new year because it's just probably the worst combination you could do. But yeah, that is my plan for the Avec. I actually think it's a really thought out and sound plan for me. These two are essentially switching, and then my cousin and my TN are essentially switching. They're flip-flopping because I've been just using this for work mainly, and now work is going into the TN, and then this has been my journal, and now this is going to go to the cousin. So they just kind of flip-flopped, and then all of the productive, adulting, organized bits will all go in here in like a very small consolidated space. And something I've really liked about the Pocket is that there really is not too much room for fluff or just extra stuff. It really makes you prioritize the information that you need to put down because you don't have a lot of room. I've really enjoyed the Pocket, which was surprising. And I think one of the reasons that I am enjoying it so much is because of the Ranger. I was in my Pocket Saffiano for a few weeks and I was not loving it as much. But for me, the Pocket Ranger truly is like a unicorn cover. It's just so versatile and aesthetically pleasing and, I don't know, comforting. And so I think that paired with the flexibility and customization of the rings is just like a perfect marriage of all the things that I like in rings. So that is the planner, the journal, and then the work planner. I've bounced around maybe getting a 5-year diary, 5-year journal, but I think I'm going to just try and move some of that stuff into here. I don't know yet. I'm not 100% sure. I'm a little nervous to add a 4th book just because I have been primarily in 2 this year, and now I'm moving to 3, which I don't think is going to be too bad because I'm not planning on being in this every day because obviously I work Monday through Friday, and I'm not planning on journaling in here either every single day. It's really just going to be the big memories, things like that is going in the cousin. So the only book I'm truly opening and being present in every day is going to be rings. And I think I'm going to allow myself to move in and out of personal and pocket size because I can see myself wanting to have a little bit more space, especially when the seasons change and we start getting into spring. I think I'm going to want to size up. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of flexibility with the rings. This is something that Lindsay Scribbles also does, which I think is a really good idea because it helps some of that FOMO of missing out on other books, but the guts are essentially the same. It's just changing out the covers and the size. So that is my plan for 2026. I would love to know what you guys are doing for 2026, if you are still up in the air and figuring out your system, or if you're pretty set in stone. I know it's November 1st, or at the time of filming this, it's November 1st, so we still have a good 2 months, but I know once holidays start approaching, the energy just feels really like frantic and a little bit chaotic, and I didn't want to try and set up my system and get everything organized with all that energy going on, just because I think it would stress me out and like overwhelm me a little bit. I wanted to do this a little bit early, and I think these next 2 months I'm slowly going to start setting up these books a little bit. So January 1st, we're good to go and we can just get rolling. That is my plan. I would love to know what you guys are using or what you plan on using for the new year. If you have any questions on anything I showed in here, please let me know. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for supporting Tori on Paper for 2 years. It's been such a crazy, awesome journey, and I could have never pictured this for myself. So if you are subscribed, or if you're just stopping by, or if this is your first time here, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you spending your time with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.